Hi there. Yesterday we had a really great coming into being session, and there was a really good point that came up that I wanted to talk a little bit more about it because we just ran out of time. And what I said was that, well, you've been giving too much of yourself and doing it wrong. Basically, I don't paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly how I said, but it was basically you're doing it wrong. And so I wanted to talk a little bit more about that and what exactly does that mean? Because we all want to do good things for the world. We want to make life better for other people. We want to support those who are in need. We want to make the oceans cleaner and all that good stuff. And so what does it really mean you're doing it wrong? And basically that adds up to you're taking it on. You're in such a way energetically and frequency wise that it's weighing you down and it's causing you a lot of harm. So let me give you some examples. I wrote down some examples of what that might that doing it wrong, the reasons that we do something that creates a burden for us, that makes it that we are burdening ourselves and creating damage to ourselves. So it's not about not doing what we're doing. It's great to help others, to take care of that, help them get in a better place, to clean up the oceans, all that. That's really good. But it's the reason why we do it that we need to really take a look at. So let me give you some reasons here to really examine for yourself. Doing something to prove to someone you can do it. Doing something so that people find you indispensable, so that they need you. They find, well, we got to depend on this person. Because you were told it's good to do X, Y, Z. Obligation, you owe some time or some money to someone, and it's a way to take care of that obligation. You're good at problem solving, and so if you're a problem solver, then people will need you and turn to you for help. You feel desperate enough with your situation to do anything. You'll bask in the accolades for doing it. So you'll get all this recognition and applause and whatever, and everybody's going to think you're a great person. You feel or are carrying the shame and guilt of before, from like generations before. So like an example is maybe in your family there's been people who have suffered greatly, and you don't want others to go through what they went through or even what you went through. Another version of that is because the people in your race group have committed atrocities, and so you feel that shame and that guilt for that having to happen. You just want to feel good, useful, successful, meaningful, satisfied, redeemed, worthy. So in other words, you're filling a void within. So to go into a little bit more detail with that, if you look at that, if you are doing something for any of these reasons or maybe other reasons, you have this pain inside that you're trying to take care of. And so you take care of by doing something for another person. What that does is that puts that pain into what you're giving. There's another thing that happens energetically when you do that, is that you take the person on their back saying, I'm going to carry you. In some of these instances, I will carry your burden on my back. I will take it for you because we think we can handle it. But here's the thing. No matter how fancy of a car you have, if it's empty, it's empty. It's going to run on empty, and there's no way around that. Having a fancier car is not going to make it go any faster. It's not going to give it more gas. If the tank is empty, the tank is empty. So that void And it's like you're taking that car that has no gas or very little gas, and you're just piling people in there. It's like, okay, come on, I'll give you a ride. I'll give you a ride in my. And again, it doesn't matter how fancy that car is, how big it is. If it's on empty, it's on empty. End of story. So how to take care of that? We want to switch that, and what we need to switch is to switch what's inside of us so that we can come from the place of fullness and bring that fullness to whoever we're helping, whatever we're doing. So if you find yourself to be in that kind of a situation where you all of a sudden notice it's like, oh my God, I'm doing this stuff because I'm hurting inside and I don't want to feel that, so that makes me feel good if I do X, Y, Z. Step back from what you're doing. Take at least a day for yourself. If you can take a longer period than a day, do that. And every day, just sit with yourself, connect with yourself. Sit in your environment and do what we call spatial referencing, where you're noticing yourself in your environment, and that's all you're doing. You're connecting in, you're really bringing yourself into the present moment, feeling, it's sort of like, how much space are you taking up in the room that you're in? Feel that amount of space relative to the space that you're taking up. Notice all that's happening around you with all your senses. So with your vision, how far away that couch is from you, how far away is that lamp from you, and do that with everything that's around you. Do that with your sounds. Where's that sound coming from? So you notice what you're noticing, and then you notice your physical body. So you hear a sound, you bring your awareness back to yourself, because when we hear sound, we go like that. We put ourselves out there. When we notice something physically, we'll go and pull ourselves back out there. Do that with what you smell. Smell. What are the smells that are around you, that are in your environment? And then notice your body. Taste. What do you taste in your mouth? Then notice your body. Notice the physical sensations on your body. You close your hair, whatever, the air, and then notice your body. Do that for a whole day to help reset yourself, to realign yourself with what's inside, who you are, to make that deeper connection with yourself. Do that for at least a day, but do it longer, and then spend a full day doing it, and then after that, do it as often as you can throughout the day to help you realign. When you come into that deeper alignment with yourself, that truth of who you are, then that brings you forward, and that's how we do something the right way, because it's coming from that deep connection and that deep truth of who you are. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please post below.